welcome to Court Captains, a volleyball podcast.
Where we talk all things Major League Volleyball. I'm Kelly.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Ian.
And today we're talking week 1 of season 3 is complete. But first, a message from our sponsor.
What?
This episode of Court Captains is brought to you by Volley, a new app for pro volleyball lovers, providing live statistics of Major League Volleyball teams and players. Volley has complete game schedules, streaming providers, and live play-by-play tracking, plus fantasy volleyball. You can still join for week 2. Volley's handicap system will help you catch up so you're set for the rest of the season. So download the Volley app at playvolley.com/courtcaptains. That's playvolley.com/courtcaptains.
Sick.
Thanks so much, Kelly. Had to get the spelling in there this time because I realized after week 1, we never spelled it.
Oh, and also, that's a proper ad read. That's a proper.
Thank
you. That's what all the
you killed before. It.
That's what all the great podcasters are doing.
Indeed.
Hey guys,
Correct.
we could get nominated for a Golden Globe.
Right?
Correct.
Right, Amy who?
Yeah.
All of those celebrities who ultimately.
Yeah.
I saw a take that was like, oh, it's just a way for celebrities or for people to have talk shows with non-union. And I was like,
oh no.
Thanks. You just ruined podcasts for me. Great.
Yeah, all of them.
It's like,
all
fuck you, NPR.
I'm like,
You're getting around the union.
Well, it's because everything's turned to video.
Out.
When it was radio, I don't know, whatever.
Right.
Classic.
Oh, in video, I know everything turned to video.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate.
Here we are.
Exhausting.
Our faces on the internet.
I have a face for podcasting. Like, it's not for video.
I say the same thing. I say the same thing about myself.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I can handle this. Handle the heat. Okay. Let's talk about volleyball. I am going to start us off at the top with some news.
Love it.
All right. And I wanted to talk about this with y'all because I'm feeling a lot of feelings. Okay. So as you know, John Cook, ex-Nebraska volleyball coach, one of the highest paid volleyball coaches, women's volleyball coaches in the country, retired from Nebraska after the 2024 volleyball season and bought into the Omaha Supernovas a little bit. And he's the GM. And he was at their home game. He was like color commentating for the second set. Like he was a second color commentator.
Oh.
Yeah, he joined
the interviewed. Booth. Yeah. He's putting his face out there, He's not GMing from the office.
Yeah.
In the dark.
Yeah.
He's an advertising arm of this situation. But so he went on a podcast. It's one of the like Omaha sports podcasts, which means that it's kind of just a Supernovas podcast. Yeah. But there's like some media groups that like are giving the Supernovas a lot of looks and maybe even are also owned by the same owner. I don't really know. But there's a lot of media stuff that comes out with the Supernovas right now. And so he did this interview, and I don't know what the setup was. I just got, the clips of his full answer. But essentially, as of like Monday-ish of week 1, Omaha had gotten down to a roster of 15 players. And maximum is 16. So that was the first thing where it's like, what are they down to 15 for if they are cool with 16? Your brain goes to like salary cap and money, right? So he confirmed that in this interview. He said, we had 15. We were still above the salary cap of $1.2 million at 15 players. So on Monday, Tuesday, some of our players were like, hey, where are our game warm-ups for Thursday? Did they play Thursday?
Yeah, they did.
Where are our game warm-ups for Thursday? And John Cook says, I still got to make a cut. I'm still above the salary cap. And so the top 2 highest paid players, allegedly, got together. So we're going to have to say that's Brooke Nunaviller and Morgan Hutz.
Would
I mean,
assume.
I think it's Brooke Nunaviller
I
and
think,
someone.
but yeah, yeah.
And maybe Sydney Hilly. Okay. Maybe
I was
could
like,
be
yeah,
Sydney
there's
Hilly.
a lot of people, but
Suspicious.
definitely
Right.
Brooke.
I definitely Brooke. And like, maybe I change it to Sydney because, liberos don't get nearly as much love as they should. But maybe Morgan Hens would be up there. They get together. John Cook tells this podcast, they get together and they figured out what the math would be. And so they voluntarily took pay cuts so that they didn't have to release anybody else. In the media, some of the announcers, I think, are like referencing it. Then like Reddit and the internet, they're like, I love this team more and more every day. What a heartwarming story of selflessness. I just, the culture on this team, it's solidarity and true class. And I just think y'all got to unionize. What?
Well, I mean, I guess the first thing that it makes me think is that it is a hard cap. You would imagine, like, they can't pay penalties for being over the cap. Like, they actually
That's a
have to get
logistical thing
under
we've
that
learned.
ceiling.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's interesting to me, unless they're just using it as, like, I don't want to pay penalties. Who knows?
Sure.
Second, I guess, like, that is kind of those women to do that for their teammate. I appreciate that, and I think regardless they'll be good. Whether or not the camaraderie of revenue sharing within the players' locker room is part of that equation, but it does have the energy of like third grader works weekend job to pay off his school's lunch debt, and that's like supposed to be like a heartwarming thing.
Yeah.
But it's like,
So,
why do they have fucking lunch debt? They're in the third
yeah.
grade. Like, why does a child need to go to the mines to pay off his friend's lunch debt?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's nice that they would do that. It seems like
I want
they
to
knew about
know.
the cap.
I want
What?
to know just more details of this conversation. Like, I wonder, did he come to the team and say, hey, we're 30 grand over? So
Yeah,
there's two girls on the team that are like, it could be either of us,
yeah,
I
we're
because
gonna
they
I
know their
decide.
salary. You know what I mean?
I think he implied that it was between two and they
Oh,
were
I'm
trying to figure out
I'm
which
sure it
ones.
was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I think he said that or like because obviously he waited until the
Yeah.
moment when the players went, "Where are our warm-ups?" Like where's our
He was
gear?
like he
Like
was like avoiding it.
and he was like, I'm just going to wait till they
he
come to
was just
me."
yeah, he was just gonna come to the game and be like, "Oh, there's not a warm up for you. Like,
Who
I
wants to
guess
give up their
you can't
salary?
be on here." Like,
Oh,
Which of
sorry, and I get
these
that.
will
I mean, that's
As
tough.
a conflict averse man, I understand wanting to like kind of push it down the road, and just eventually they'll get it and they
sure.
won't come to work
Yeah.
And they
and
just won't
it'll be
come.
What was the thought process of building out this team? Like you were like whoever, like whatever. I don't know. I
Right.
don't.
well,
Yeah,
and it's
like you
also
were
like
offering people money that you didn't have.
yeah, and you didn't restructure somebody's contract. Like, you would assume Brooke is going to be there next year. I don't know if she's under contract, but you could stretch somebody and be like, "Hey, we'll pay you more money next year and we'll
Sure.
save some of your salary this year to get under the cap." But
Mhm.
they didn't do that. It was like, yeah, we did like lemonade stand shit instead to pays
Yeah.
Well,
people's
and
way.
maybe they did, and they just didn't tell us that was the
Yeah, sure.
implication or the idea for the next year. Um, but like if we think about the math of it, I mean, I don't know. Was he short 10 grand or was he short a full ass salary of
Yeah.
35 to 40 grand? And then if it's between two players, they're taking a 20 grand pay cut each, let's say. Probably maximum, a 20K pay cut each.
Isn't the minimum 30?
Yeah, but
Or
I wonder if we thought it was 35.
Mm.
So maybe a little under 20. That's fair. Is he out the full 35? Like does he need the full 35 or does he just need
Right.
15. This is the lemonade stand shit that we're talking about. But that's not an insignificant amount of money for
No.
a player's contract to come down. And it's a bait and switch of we were negotiating with you and trying to convince you to come over here or to resign. I'm sure that every team was offering Brooke a ton of money.
Uh-huh. Right.
And so we're trying to convince you over the summer to stay. If it's
Right.
Sydney or Morgan, we're trying to convince you to leave your teams where you played very well.
Yeah.
And now, right before season, maybe the amount that we're paying you actually is less than some of the other teams were
I
offering you
mean,
back in
that you
July.
would think that's supposed to be the challenge of the cap. It's like, yes, that's the point, is it will be harder for you to drag these people off their
Right.
teams and pay them the money they're worth because you don't have it under the cap.
So maybe manage your budget a little
You
bit
would
better, John
oh
Cook.
man, let me tell you, Americans and budgeting, bro, especially sports owners. We need to get them like a consult with Chase Bank.
Oh
Start
yeah, a
pinching
big
these
partnership
pennies.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just,
sure.
how do you not do the math, sir? What do
Yeah.
you mean? Maybe he was
Well,
always planning to
maybe
have 14.
Yeah,
maybe you could go
probably.
under the table and be like, listen, I'll get you a premier Omaha Jewelers sponsorship. We'll pay you in watches under the table for that extra 30 grand. Who knows? We get creative.
Right. And don't forget about those unlimited car washes.
True.
Maybe they
It's
added the
big.
dazzle dry. They added the dazzle finish to the car washes for Brooke and Sydney only, you know?
Same as I guess last year in terms of Omaha having, outside stuff going on. And they were still really good. Like
Why?
I
What
don't
was going
have any
on?
yeah, I don't know. But
Can't
like they were
remember.
still I assume they'll still be very good. They're gonna be good. Especially getting to keep a 15th player instead of only having 14. But
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like I don't know. Growing pains when it comes to the salary cap.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think a salary cap is good for this for this reason exactly, right? Like the changes in we've talked about this, the changes in the salary structure or the slots or the cap or the how many there are and how much players are being paid. That has changed every year. I think that if I'm going to give I think I'm going to give the league some credit for like hearing from players on what they feel like they need. And I think there's some level of good faith between the league overall and that feedback from players. That's at least what I've heard
Yeah, sure.
from inside sources. That there's a little bit of like consideration there. I don't know that the move to the cap, yes, it's overall more money for this group of 14 to 16 players compared to prior years. But these kinds of things make it feel like it's a bit of a step back for me. And that I think like notoriously there are problems with caps for players for some of these reasons.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because I mean it's not like we were coming from a no cap situation. It was just like it was even more strict in terms of like the slots you have to hit and all that shit. So I guess that makes it a little easier to consume as a viewer having just like a flat cap and they have to make the team under that. But yeah, I mean obviously they're going to be fine tuning it over the
Yep.
years. And yeah, I would be interested if there is something like I think the NBA calls it like a luxury tax where you can pay over the cap, but then you're gonna accrue fees for
Hmm.
going over the cap, and
Honestly,
you're
kind
gonna
of
have
a
to
good
pay
way
an
for the
extra dollar.
league to make
And
some money.
Yeah, yeah, I think like there you pay an extra dollar for every dollar over the cap that you are. So
I mean, but
Mhm.
then you get into like then Omaha because they have
yeah,
the
they could
most
pay.
money they
Yeah.
can pay, and then
Yeah.
that it's not fun.
And then they're better than they even are now. But as a result of this, and you could argue, I mean, this is a reaction that I had to week one. You could argue that this would be the case because of 1 year contracts or the salary cap or any number of factors. But like season 3, lots of parity. We love that word. when we when
Oh,
we're
the parody.
describing these games. But they were all very close competitive games.
Yep.
And so I'm not going to say that's good job salary cap, but it's contributing a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
True.
Probably.
But we'll talk more about that in a second.
Yeah.
All right. Should I start talking about rule changes?
Yeah. We do.
Yeah. What's
Awesome.
different?
Just a handful of things. You may have noticed them, and probably the announcers talked about them a lot because what else are they going to talk about during these matches? At least they're not telling us that it's a game to 25, like the NCAA announcers love to remind us.
Remember,
Don't forget.
it's a game of
Okay.
25.
Last year, it was 2 challenges per set. And if you were wrong, you lost it. And if you were right, you kept it. And that took a long time, if y'all remember.
Yeah.
It's 1 challenge per set now, which, based on watching week 1, is still plenty, I think. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
that
saving it till the end of the set, really. And
oftentimes saving it till the end of the set, unless they're really sure early
With all
on.
the video stuff, you don't need a ton of challenges.
no.
Yeah, refs will still
Yeah.
make you want them. But you're right that, like, line calls are not challengeable.
Yeah.
I mean, Bolt 6 is, along with the other great things it's added to our lives, it's taken a lot of that out of the equation when it comes to line judging.
Yeah.
Right. I'm seeing a lot of challenges on block touches and net violations. Those are the things that still are the up and the down ref's responsibility and that they seem to miss sometimes, which, like, fair.
Yeah.
What I'm loving seeing on the block touch Bolt 6, I think it's new this year. I definitely saw it in international, but basically, like, they would, before, for the block touch challenges, they would just, like, zoom in a little bit and, like, do the, like, forward reverse, and we would see from afar, like, if the finger was moving. But now they've added this thing, which I'm happy about, that I've seen other places, is, like, there's one circle that's, like, this close of their hand.
Oh, nice.
It's like super
Calculated.
zoomed,
Super zoom.
Yeah.
super
Enhance.
zoom with enhance, and then you literally do see, like, the teeniest. It's fun. I appreciate it. Also, I don't know how you would see that with your own eye, so
Yeah,
challenge it. That's fine. Okay. They can now challenge at the end of the rally rather than previously it was a 7-second rule.
Yeah, like
Oh.
stop in the middle of the rally and challenge
I
it.
did notice that and I was like, oh, yeah. I was confused. Like, wow, they can still challenge that?
Right.
Yeah.
But the stopping in the middle of the game was confusing sometimes. It felt, it made the, I mean, obviously it was stopping the play, but it, like, made the vibes feel kind of weird.
Yeah.
Now they have
Yeah.
more time to think about it, I guess, and to see if they win the point in the end.
Yeah.
So
Then it
that's
doesn't
actually
matter.
another way that they don't have to use challenges as much.
Right.
They're like, we'll just win it anyways.
Just
Yeah.
win it, and then we don't have to worry about it. So,
Yep.
you can no longer challenge back row touches.
Interesting.
I think there's, like, conflicting reports that this is going to be the Olympic rule moving forward.
Hmm.
I was like, do you think they didn't upgrade Bolt 6 and it doesn't have the capabilities to
Well,
detect back
I
row
do think
touches?
sometimes the ref says to the coach, like, our cameras aren't pointed that way. we can
Right.
try
We didn't get that one.
to
Sorry.
replay from, like, back here, but, like, our zoomed in is not that way. And so it just makes it take really a long time for them to, like, try to see
Yeah.
it from zoomed back. And I think that maybe FIVB is starting with this. Maybe last year. So they implemented that. It's more to, like, get in line with everybody else potentially. 30-second timeouts instead of 60 or 90, which I think is also pretty good. Kelly, do you feel like that's too fast?
I believe what 30 seconds was what was allowed in, like, our club matches.
Mm-hmm.
And if I recall, I think it's fine.
Plenty of time to get communicated what you need.
A minute is long.
It is.
kind of gives you time.
90.
Like I remember, yeah, like in college, like we would all go sit on the bench. They'd give us water. Our coach would be talking to like their assistant coach,
Hmm.
and I'm like, you had the whole game to talk.
Could
Why are you
have been
just now
doing
discussing
this.
what you need to discuss in this timeout? You called the timeout.
Right.
What are we doing?
No, that's.
So it'd be like 30 seconds of us drinking water and then 30 seconds of actually having a timeout.
Hmm.
So I think it's good. That's my
I,
conclusion.
okay, wonderful. I think it's just fine. I think it works fine.
Yeah.
Last one. The receiving team can now leave base position as soon as the server releases the ball. Previously, it was when the server made contact with the ball. But I,
See,
I was seeing
I was like,
something a
didn't
little
they
bit
have that
different than
last
this.
year?
So, so I'm seeing them leave earlier. I don't.
They're talking when they toss it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So toss it instead of when you pop.
Yeah.
And like, but like, I don't think this is going to be called very much as like a violation. I'm seeing players leave early.
Yeah.
before the toss.
I think, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's about when the toss is, but it's letting them move a little bit sooner, so that they don't. I think so. The refs don't have to worry about calling it. Frankly,
Yeah.
start in the right place, and then go when
Sure.
they're serving is like the idea. Okay, that's it for rule changes. Since we recorded last week, and these matches began, San Diego Mojo had their transactions, little field day, their
Oh,
little
yes.
their little waivers.
Yes, yes.
And there were a lot of them, which we anticipated, right? We knew that Mojo was waiting until really like Sunday into Tuesday.
Yeah, they didn't have a sacrificial pay cut situation.
Yeah.
No, they did not.
Well, they also
Okay.
had too many people on the roster, right?
Too many people. Yes, exactly. So they signed Morgan Perkins, who I want to say is out of Texas A&M. Correct.
So they
Middle
added
blocker.
someone?
They added someone on Sunday.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think she saw the floor this week, but correct me if I'm wrong. And then Ashley Wenz, who has been on and off a couple teams these last couple years, but hasn't gotten in much or has been waived. She was waived. August Rasky was waived. Very sad.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Karis Watson was placed on injured reserve, where she has been for years. And then Jillian Grimes was waived, and I think that people were very mad about that, like on the internet, the NCAA heads, if you will, because that was the Penn State libero who won the national championship last year.
Oh,
But I guess that I mean, there were 3 DS liberos, and they need to get rid of one.
yeah.
But that's very interesting because sometimes I wonder if they keep rookies, like, so that MLV is more seen as NCAA 2.0, you know?
Right. Right.
But not in this
I
case.
want to bring those fans over.
Right. And then the shocker for me was Kendra Dalkey,
Yeah,
who I thought was going to be their go-to on the outside.
I agree.
Meanwhile, I didn't really feel like they knew what their go-to outside was based on this week. Because we saw Grace Loberg quite a bit, and we
Yep.
saw Maya Tabron quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, Grace
No,
played all 4 sets of against Orlando, but then Maya
Hayden
yeah.
Hayden Kubik is a rookie, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, she had a good game
Oh, she played well.
yesterday.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
Kendra Dalkey. That made me upset.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were the transactions changes from San Diego since we last talked. Also, Georgia Murphy of the Orlando Valkyries were put on injured reserve, and Omaha, again, we talked about removed some of their rookies to make the adequate space. But that's really the main things. Okay, time for week 1 scorner.
Oh boy,
Oh,
we're back.
get into it.
We're back. All right. First game of week 1 was the Columbus Fury at the Atlanta Vibe. You could find that on YouTube. And Columbus started off the year with a big win, including a 60-point second set. So the second set of the year, 60 points. Pretty crazy. Atlanta won the first set 25-23, and then Columbus won 31-29, 25-23, and 25-19 in the fourth to finish it off. Atlanta was led by Leah Edmond, who finished with 16 kills at 208, but Atlanta struggled hitting a bit down the stretch. On the other side, Fury were led by Raina Terry, who finished with 27 kills, hitting 361. Pretty giant game. It was a good one. After that, it was San Diego Mojo at the Omaha Supernovas. San Diego, I guess, calling themselves Volleyball Town. So they left Volleyball Town to go to Volleyball State. And Omaha starts strong again with a sweep of the Mojo. They won 25-23, 25-21, 25-16. Sarah Willett Parsons, 17 kills, hit 325, had three blocks as well. The Mojo struggled overall hitting, but shouts to Kayla Caffey. She hit 778 with eight kills. I think it was eight of nine. So it was a pretty good day. Pretty good day, I think. Right, next one, game three of the week. First one on Roku. Grand Rapids Rise at Orlando Valkyries. I did manage to figure out the Roku, so I saw that. First five setter of the year went to the Valkyries. They closed the door pretty hard on the Rise at the end. They won the first set 25-20, and then the Rise won 25-21, 25-20 before Orlando won 25-23 and then 15-4 to finish it off in the fifth set. So saved it up. Long game, and the Valks went pretty subtle, feeding Brittany Abercrombie 71 times in the first game of the year. She had 24 kills, hit 225. On the other side, Elizabeth Enna, she led the Rise with 19 kills at 283. So, and I think she led them in their second game too. So, good first week for her. Next game was Omaha at Columbus on YouTube. Omaha moved to 2-0 on the season with a close win over the Fury. They won 25-22, 25-22, dropped the third set 26-24, and then won the fourth 25-23. 19 kills from both Brooke Nunaviller and Sarah Willett Parsons, both hit over 215. And for the Fury, Abby Walker finished with 10 kills at 333 with a couple blocks. They just couldn't get past Omaha. So, and then I think this was my premier game of week one, Indy Ignite at the Dallas Pulse, first Dallas game on the Roku channel. And the battle of relative new teams went to Indy after they dropped the first set in Dallas. So Dallas started their season with a set win at home, 27-25, and then Indy won 27-25, 26-24, 25-20. So very close. In those middle sets, led Indy was led by Azani Taylor, who started the year pretty much the way she played all last year. 19 kills at 324. On the other side, the Pulse looked really good. Sofia Maldonado Diaz had 16 kills at 261, but they had some bad service errors in some of those close sets that I think kind of ended up screwing them in the end. All right, the CBS game this week. Grand Rapids Rise at the Atlanta Vibe. Atlanta bounced back from their opening day loss with a sweep of the Rise, 29-27, 25-23, 25-14. First couple sets still really close, but Atlanta showed out with some huge numbers down pretty much the whole line, but led by 20 kills from Leah Edmond at 594, and then Pia Timmer also added 12 kills at 545. So that's pretty good. The Rise struggled really getting the block going, but led again by Elizabeth Ennis 12 kills at 265. And then the last game of the week, Orlando Valkyries at San Diego Mojo on YouTube. So this one was in Volleyball Town. Um, Orlando looked really strong again. They won in four sets over the Mojo, 26-24, 25-16. They dropped the third set, 23-25, and then finished 25-21. After feeding Brittany Abercrombie 71 times the first game, they spread it out a little more this time and were led in attempts by Hannah Maddox, who also finished with 15 kills, hitting 200. Mojo finished a tough week. Really tough games to start the year, Omaha and Orlando. Um, but I don't know. I still believe. I think they're going to be good. And that was week one.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian. The
Woo!
scorner.
Pew, 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 pew.
I thought that more of these teams from week one we saw did not have set rosters yet. Like, I thought that there were a lot more changes being made,
Like
indicating to me
rotation
that,
wise, you
like,
mean?
yes, sorry,
Yeah.
lineups and who's starting and who's playing. I mean, we probably saw that the most out of Orlando, right? With all of the pins getting some time
Yeah.
across
Yeah.
the week. Lindsay
Well, the
Van Der
second
Weide,
game especially, yeah.
Courtney Schwann, Hannah Maddox, Charity Looper. Those are four big outsides who all played significant minutes on their teams last year, and all of them played for various points in time this week. I just felt like lineups were not set, and I kind of like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they would be. Like, are you talking like
It,
starters?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Yeah. I don't think they would be
But I
at
think
the first week.
in past years, we did kind of. I think there was more distance between who the obvious starters were and who the second
Mm,
string was in
yeah.
prior years. I think that distance is a little bit closer this
Yeah.
year. Is
I
my
feel
point there.
like I, it feels to me that this, like, if we're comparing season 1 to 2 versus 2 to 3, it seems like there was a lot more mix up, like a lot more people transferred teams. I don't,
hmm
that's just my
In
feeling.
2 to 3,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah. And so I feel like there's a lot of coaches that, yeah, need to try out their new players kind of thing.
I think impact. There were a lot of impact players who
Yeah. And
switched.
maybe
I think
that's
that you're right.
what
I
makes me feel that impression. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of. I think from 1 to 2, we had a lot of like the big players just resign.
Yeah.
And we have a little bit of that here. But I think that Vegas folding, at least for the time being, and Dallas coming in made it so that like some impact players shuffled around. It feels like after the. So now I want to talk immediately referring back to our predictions
Okay.
because none of us were really betting on Atlanta.
No.
Yep.
And after that first match, it seemed like we were right.
Prescient.
But
Yeah.
it being Columbus, like I will also go back on. I think Columbus is going to have an interesting year. They were so much closer against Omaha than I anticipated, and obviously took this match from Atlanta.
True.
What were your observations of Atlanta Columbus this week?
I mean, my first was obviously I mentioned in the scorner that there was a 60 pointer in the second set of the year was pretty crazy. But after the second game, it seemed like Atlanta was struggling to get stuff going. They hit, under 160 in that first game, but then they hit like 330 in the second game. So it's sort of like, well, it's early. I guess
Well,
they'll
and you know
figure
what
stuff
changed
out.
there? The
Mm,
setter.
yeah.
Starting 5-1 setter. So Maddie Walk played the game against Atlanta that they lost. And I was just thinking, she like literally just got here. She's been playing with the team for like a week because she was that late signing from Texas A&M.
Mm.
At that point, I was thinking they could maybe figure it out with her, but I'm not sold on her. Like, she's a lefty. That's cool.
Yeah.
Her serve is pretty good. But I didn't really feel like I was seeing the gel, which kind of makes sense. And I was like, let me hold out and see. Then against Atlanta, they played Shannon Shields, which I think went better for them in the grand
Yeah.
scheme of things. But I still left that match feeling like Atlanta might have a setting problem this year,
How
which
did
they're
you
not
like?
used to having.
Well, how like I guess explain to me how much a setter makes a difference in terms of like getting around a block from the other team. Like, is that because that's what I was worried about. They got blocked, I think, 15, maybe a little less by Columbus in the first game, and the Rise had like a huge amount of blocks in their first game. And then they
Yeah.
played, and I was like, oh my God, that's going to be crazy. And then I think the Rise had 3 blocks when they played Atlanta and got swept. So
So,
they
like,
were, yeah, they were getting around it pretty easy.
Hmm.
I need to keep watching to be able to tell if I can pinpoint it as a passing problem. Because if you're getting blocked a shit ton, that either means the setter isn't hiding what she's doing very well, it's too slow out of her hands. So, like, there's a lot of time for the blockers to react. Um, or passing's bad. Everybody knows where it's going all the time.
For sure.
I didn't feel like Atlanta had a big passing problem.
Yeah, in
I
the
mean,
first
from
But
game.
I want to look
the
more at
stats, it seems fine.
it
Yeah,
seems fine. And
Yeah.
I
they had a
also
few
like
errors, but
Britt Rampelberg as stepping into that libero role for Atlanta. I thought that she did really well.
Yeah.
Um, I remembered feeling like both
If
of
anything,
them played
passing in the second match was probably worse.
probably worse.
Yeah.
I remembered feeling like they were both playing sort of chaotic. Like they didn't seem calm, cool, collected. They seemed, which like kind of makes sense.
yeah, it's
It's like your
really
first pro matches, and they're both very young. Especially when you compare that to an Ashley Evans on Columbus. So I feel like when Ashley Evans was playing for Grand Rapids, there was something about her that wasn't clicking for me. And I think she's a little bit regarded as a slower setter. Doesn't always get to the ball, doesn't always beat the ball where it's going, off the pass or the dig. Like doesn't always is like a little late getting there. However, she's tall and she has very good hands. And I think she's a calm, cool, confident leader. In Grand Rapids, I didn't feel like it was enough. There was something that was going on year one where like her hitters weren't necessarily gelling with that style. I think it's either it's working way better with Columbus and this combination of players, or her time in Italy, because she was in A1 last year, middle of the pack, lower on the pack of that 14 team league, or that really was good for her. I don't really know yet, but I felt very much like she's in command of the offense. She knows exactly who to talk to and when. There's like a lot of feedback going back and forth, and her energy is very good. And so looking at an Ashley Evans compared to insert Atlanta setter here, I think that there's like a maturity difference, and maybe that is contributing in some ways to the skills, but I'm still observing the skills.
Yeah.
Other
see.
things about Columbus, Yegdich is, I think, how you say the Columbus Libero's name. 16 years of pro experience.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty good.
An older libero is the best kind of oldie, I think.
Yeah.
Their knees are more intact. They haven't
So
jumped
true.
for like 15,000 hours, you know?
Yeah. You know, guys,
It's
maybe we didn't look close enough at Columbus.
at Columbus's roster. Well, I think that some new people came in who I had I just needed to see. And then like again, I talked about Ashley Evans. Raina Terry did a lot of work in the offseason. I thought she crushed it.
Yeah.
That first
Yeah.
game, yeah. They went to her over 60 times.
Yeah, that's a lot of times.
That's Brittany
That's a lot of
Abercrombie
times.
levels of times.
That's
Well, that's
right.
why we're going to reevaluate our choices of our top teams in a few
Never.
weeks.
I'll never
never.
do that.
Okay.
No, we'll never.
I
Oh, set
only
in
I
stone.
make I make a prediction and I have to stick to that
Yeah.
forever. They beat Atlanta, they lose the next one, but like I said, I don't know how much you can take out of the first week for the rest of the season, but they look really good.
It looks pretty good. And Columbus, their home match, well attended.
Mhm.
Vibes were good.
Furious vibes.
We got to get there for a match sometime.
I would love to.
Yeah.
You know what else was an engaged crowd? Dallas.
Oh,
A1.
it was false.
Oh, yeah.
They have a capacity of 4,500 in that gym. They were at like just around 4,000.
I like that.
So
Gets loud.
it's the importance. It's the importance of the space within. The space with which you fill.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They played
4,000.
really good too.
Yes. They did.
They just, all of the first three sets were all decided by 2 points, and they were just, like I mentioned, there was a couple of They had like four service errors in the second and the third, and they were just bad times. I think the game ended with them, each of them trading service errors to end the game, too. So
But they also had
Hmm.
19 on the match.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
pretty bad. I mean, Indy had 14. That's also not great.
yeah,
Also bad.
yeah. It was
But
not ideal, but yeah, when you're losing sets by 2 points,
yeah,
it's that's not ideal.
That'll
yeah.
do it.
I am pretty I guess going back to like I can't believe that the the rosters aren't set, or I guess Nikki, you said that. I'm kind of surprised Lekator didn't initially start.
Yeah.
I'm wondering
I'm
how healthy. I mean, it's been a while. I feel like she's probably
Hmm.
fine.
no totally. I think that I think this is that new coach trying some different people. I do wonder about both Anna Debir and Lekator Memramena's injuries, and that
Yeah,
like, is there a conscious effort from this coach to make sure that they don't
Spread it out a
re-injure
bit.
or like,
Yeah,
it's a long season. It's
yeah,
yeah,
just
especially
interesting that they
early.
switched.
yep,
They're probably fine, but you just
yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
risk it, I guess.
Well, and it is a striking difference. I mean, they Taylor had 37 attempts that led them. But yeah, coming off of games where we saw, Abercrombie get 70 hits and, Ranatari get over 60, like that, it looks a lot more evenly spread.
Hmm.
And yeah, I guess especially when you win like that, that's pretty nice to not
yeah,
have
Totally.
to not have to bust somebody's arm up in the first game of the season. So.
yeah,
I'm very intrigued to talk about setter changes. I'm very intrigued also by Indy starting with Anise Havili, which surprised me in and of itself. But then switching halfway through to Mia, to Aninga. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Mia should be running this team. I guess we're gonna see what coach thinks.
hmm,
But that's like a setter switch in the middle of the match. And Indy only played one this week, right?
Mhm.
So I'm very intrigued to see what they go with next match. And if they're also going to be a split time situation, or if that is more of a who's gonna win the spot.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know all the lore with these coaches, right? The Dallas and Indy coach.
No, tell
The
me.
announcers are like talking about it a lot. There's like a picture of them playing together when they were like 22. Like I think that they have played together growing up. I think that they have coached with each other. This was one of the first times that they coached against each other, which is so
That's
cute.
it is really cute. I
Yeah.
like that. That's
It was
nice. That's
it
nice
looked nice.
lore.
It
It's
looked
not
really
drama.
nice. There's some photo that they keep showing too of them when they were really little. Like,
Yeah.
say
Oh,
little. It's like not 12, but it's like they seem young. They seem like teens.
yeah. Oh,
Um but anyway, this
cute.
was kind of a fun initial opener for both of them.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of I was gonna say too, that's one of my, favorite usual games is just weird stat games like Dallas outhit Indy in all of the first three sets and lost two of them. And again, a lot of that I think is just the errors at bad times, but
Right.
and then at the end Indy had like they hit over 400 in the last set, so I guess they figured it out
Yeah.
That
by
is
the end.
always baffling to me, yeah, when you see the stats
Yeah,
and like one team hits so much better overall. But
Mm-hmm.
and lost. Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder how much of that goes back to serving, but
I mean, they also outblocked
Yeah.
Indy 17-6.
oh,
Whoa.
really?
Oh my
Yeah, like
gosh.
they looked really good. Like there's a lot of, I think, positives to take out of that, obviously, and
Yeah.
in the first game, as well as it being, a fun time in the home building for the first time. But
Mm-hmm. Totally.
they look good.
They were all really exciting sets, obviously, and really tight. So I feel like it was a fun time for all. Um, for Dallas on the outsides, Mimi Collier played
Yeah.
the whole match.
She played well.
I thought she did pretty good for
Yeah.
the first one. Reagan Cooper is one of the best hitters in this league, and I don't think she's gonna play.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, Sarah Parsons
Where was she?
had
She was
Team
at
USA
Columbus last
experience.
year?
You're talking about Reagan Cooper was Omaha last year, Columbus year one.
Oh, okay. That's what. Okay.
Rookie of the year at Columbus.
Yeah.
Played a fine amount for Omaha last year.
Yeah.
But now in comes Sarah Parsons, who has had Team USA experience, was coming off of maternity leave, had a baby,
And is playing out
and she's
amazing.
back.
I
Right.
think speaking of, oh my gosh, what's the player of the week? What do we call it?
Uh, is it Player of the Week?
Is it player of the week?
It's Player of the Week.
That was my vote. If we were going to talk
For
about
Sarah
that.
Parsons.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She played good. She played good. And yeah. I just think
Well, I mean, it seems like a luxury. I know, Nikki, we were talking about like on the Orlando side, it's really nice to have Hannah Maddox there now after Brittany Abercrombie has a huge game, you can lean on Hannah Maddox the next game a little bit more and have her lead you in attempts. You would think that's the same with having Reagan Cooper on Omaha, but they haven't had to lean on her or didn't even give her a look in that week.
right.
So
Yeah. Which maybe down the line
trade candidate,
that'll change. What'd you say?
week one trade candidate, Reagan Cooper.
I mean, someone should do it.
Hmm.
Someone should do it. Other
We need more
players.
trades this year.
We need
Yeah.
more trades.
We need some hot stove trades.
I don't think we will have many, but it would be fun. It would be fun. I think it's really cool to see Janice Leao at middle blocker on this team. She was on Columbus last year. And I don't feel like anybody who was on Columbus last year was able to give a good showing very much. You know, like it was just too
Yeah.
hard.
They were just trying, they were in like survival mode.
Right. It was desperate vibes. Okay.
Yeah.
I have really enjoyed watching play for this team with this setter. It feels like the right fit for her. So that has been exciting. Keep an eye out for her next week. And then other middle who's been playing for Omaha, Elise Goatsinger out of Creighton. I'm impressed.
I was really impressed with her. I was surprised that she was a rookie for some of the things that she was doing. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Well, because we're seeing like in so many cases with middles in the past, it's like you've got one who's more offensive and one who's more defensive, and we talk about that a lot. And I don't know why that's shaken out that way.
Yeah.
But that's what it's been lately. She seems to be both.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, she
And
had
I don't
this
know if
one
that's
slide hit. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a testament to like where the college game is right now or how they're valuing those skills, or if she's just like, yeah, I can do it all. But
Yeah.
Couple
she's
aces
producing
too. It was a pretty big
defense
game.
and offense. Totally.
Yeah.
Who else do we want to talk about?
We want to talk about the Mojo. We were high on the Mojo.
I think that they are going to have I think they're my main character of the year.
Oh.
We're gonna have a Goku.
I think I
like-
don't even remember who I said last week. Who did I say? Did I say anybody?
Oh.
Did I even ask the
I
question?
don't listen. I
Or
don't
was
listen
that
to this
just on the
podcast.
Patreon? That was
I
just
do
on the
not listen to the
Patreon.
podcast, so I cannot tell.
No, totally. No, for sure.
We live the podcast. We don't need to listen
Yeah, I
to
don't.
the
I
podcast.
don't
Right.
listen back. I just
No, of
black out
course.
during this podcast recording.
I don't remember what I said or what I did. I think they're going to be like the narrative, the positive narrative of the season. I think that they've got a lot of good pieces, and I don't know. I don't feel like they're mixing together perfectly yet.
It's a tough
I have a
first week of matchups to start the year.
Omaha and Orlando. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. So I hope they don't let that get in their heads because
Yeah.
I have full confidence in Marley Montserrat. Full confidence.
Yes.
Um, Giovanna, the right side, is incredible. She's so tall.
Yeah. I felt like they just like weren't connecting yet. And
Yeah.
like I'm really excited for that to happen
They're gonna.
because
I
she has this like crazy like she puts this like spin on the ball to hit cross
yes,
court. I don't know.
yes,
It was wild. And
and
she's so
like
tall.
takes it either reaches or like takes her last steps
Yeah.
like like a little last minute
Yeah.
so that she can go a certain direction, especially
Mhm.
the like sharp cross court.
Yes. Yes.
It's like she reacts to the block as she sees it forming. It's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's gonna pop off.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um
What do you think
Taylor
about the
Caffey.
rise? Is the rise going to pop off in a
Oh,
similar
I
way?
don't know about the rise.
Are they gonna rise up?
It's tough.
Obviously, you had to. Uh Let me see. I admit that this week I didn't catch as much of the rise as I wanted to. Largely that's because they were on Roku
Yeah.
and that didn't get posted after like that one's harder to watch after the fact because I
Mhm.
do think that Roku makes them available, but it takes like a few days and
Oh
then
yeah.
they eventually get onto YouTube, but that's even longer. So that one's tougher. And so I didn't see as much rise. I don't have as much data as I would like on them. But I think I really love SKT, the setter.
Yeah.
I really like Inna on the opposite.
Yeah, she was really good.
She was
Hmm.
hitting from back row too. I think Briggs Romine improved a lot this year in the off season. I think the middles. I'm waiting. I'm
Yeah.
waiting to see more on the middles.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Which I was that a problem last year too?
I thought it was. I
Yeah.
think it's been.
Yeah. Carly Snyder will be solid, I think.
Yeah, yeah. She's a very consistent presence,
Yes.
but I don't feel like her numbers always
True.
show that.
True. Yeah.
Well, that first
Did
game
any?
against Orlando, they also ran into the nigh unheard of Orlando having more aces than service errors.
Ooh,
Oh,
I can even remember that happening.
that's some
yeah.
high school shit.
Pretty rare. Yeah.
Good. I mean, in a good way. High school in a good way.
Yeah.
I guess Orlando too. Sometimes I have to check up on if things that I'm seeing actually happen on the court, like whether or
Yeah.
not I can actually translate them. But it seems like Orlando is going to be really good at passing the ball this year. They get into like their stuff very easily, it seems like.
Mm.
I
I
think
don't
that
know if
that
that's just
libero
because
has.
any side works for them, but
Yeah.
I think that libero has a lot of really good experience and like presence. It's very interesting to think about the like. I know I was talking about setters and maturity, but it's interesting to think about like the experience and how it contributes in certain positions
Yeah.
because it's different
Yep.
in certain positions. And a libero, in terms of needing to be just like taking a ton of space
Yeah.
and communicating
Yeah.
really, really clearly and confidently, like that's something that when you're more experienced, it feels like it comes more naturally.
Hmm.
Um, and
For
so
sure.
I've liked watching Teodora play.
Yeah. Definitely.
All those outside switching around though will be I I'm trying to think if it could be good for passing, but I feel like
I don't know.
it makes it harder.
Certain. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And so yeah, certain outsides are better at passing on that team than others.
hmm.
Right. Well put.
Thank you. You know how that goes.
It
Some people are
does
better at other
go.
things than other people.
Mm.
It occurs. All right. What else do we have? Any other feelings or reactions overall? I'm looking at my notes.
Nope.
Yeah.
She has none. I just wanted to mention that the announcer said about Grace Loberg, they said Loberg from Geneva,
Oh yeah.
Illinois.
Not the
From
international city, I think is what
Paris,
they said.
He
Yeah.
said not the internet.
Pennsylvania.
He said from Geneva, and then it was like seconds of silence, and then Illinois,
I'm like,
not the
damn.
international
Why do you
city.
got to do Geneva, Illinois like that?
What are
They're
you
just looking
doing
for
us like that?
material. They're just
Yeah,
looking
it's
for
true.
material.
It's really true.
Well,
It's
who's everyone's player of the week vote?
Ooh, player of the
That's a
weeks.
great question.
I
Let's
said
think about
mine.
it.
Sarah
You
Parsons.
you did very well done.
I think I'm going for Raina Terry.
Ooh, a good option.
Can I copy you, Kelly?
You could, yeah, of course. I mean, you could pick an indie player too. I feel
Oh,
like
that's maybe a
that's a good
Johnny.
option. Of course.
Give it to her.
Yeah.
Start it off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do we want to say what next week's games are?
Yeah. Tell
I
us.
can do it. I can tell you. Week 2. It looks like we're starting on Wednesday, January 14th. Columbus at Grand Rapids on YouTube, 6 p.m. Central. That's the only
Intriguing.
game for Wednesday. Thursday, Mojo at Dallas. That's fun. 7 o'clock Central, YouTube. Friday, January 16th, Atlanta at Omaha. See, usually we get that as the season opener,
Yeah.
but now
But
we're getting it week 2.
things have changed.
Things have
The
changed.
classic rivalry.
7 o'clock Central. Also, sorry, I just want to say the owner and his family of Omaha were at the Omaha game in their usual seats. So
Oh, wow.
Nice.
they're present, but maybe quiet. TBD. Saturday, January 17th, Indy at Columbus. YouTube. Lots of YouTube this week. Sunday,
one, too.
January 18th, we have 2 matches. Orlando at Omaha. Big time. That's the
Whoa.
1 versus 2 at the moment. That's a 3 p.m. game. That's on CBS Sports Network. Find your YouTube TV passwords from your friends. All right? Find a way. And then right after that, Atlanta at Mojo, 6 p.m. That's all Central.
Double header.
That's also on YouTube.
Fun.
I'm glad they're not at the same time. This
Yeah, that's
week.
nice.
100%.
Mojo Pulse game. Somebody's going to be winless after that match.
Oh, sure. The Mojo Pulse.
Yeah, the Mojo, the pulse of the Mojo.
Dallas has Feel the Pulse all
Yeah.
over.
Volleyball Town versus.
I just like
I don't know.
why did they make it blue?
I don't know. The Dallas team did all go out on New Year's Eve, and they took a photo where they're like holding their wrists out.
The Oro rings.
Pulse.
Yeah.
It does open it up to like if they go 0-2, we've got a lot of like available pulse jokes going on, flatlining jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
have to honestly, those should make an appearance in the Scorner if you can, Ian.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get some native little jokes. Oh
Yeah, find a
man,
way.
heart
Yeah.
palpitation jokes.
Heart palpitations. Well, thanks for listening to Court Captains of Volleyball podcast. Please give us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you like what you're hearing. Support small podcasts. And if you don't like what you're hearing, then please just go ahead and mind your business. Follow us on Instagram at Court Captains Pod and email us your questions or comments at courtcaptainspod@gmail.com.
Don't forget to be the captain of your own court this week.
That's right.
Yeah,
Never forget.
never forget that.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, talk to you later.